Hello, hello, good evening, afternoon, or morning, depending where you're all joining from. So good to see you all today for the Women Thrive Speaker Showcase. I am so excited to have everyone here. And what I'd love for you to do as you're coming in, make sure you mute your microphones and wave at the camera if you have your camera on to say hi to everybody. Today is going to be so exciting. Today is the last speaker showcase of the series. So we have had two speaker showcases. Today is the last one. And I have my wonderful co-host, Claudia Spar. Hi, Claudia.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. So nice to be here.
Good to see you. I am very excited for everybody to be joining today's speaker showcase. We will be having some amazing speakers being showcased today. We'll be talking about women empowerment, how to grow your business, how to rise and thrive. And of course, we've got some special, well, do we have special guests? We may have some surprises, or we'll have some networking at the end of the event. So I want to make sure that today you're feeling welcome. And don't forget that today we are recording this session. As I said, I have my amazing co-host Claudia, amazing speakers. Today is going to be a very, very exciting day. And I just want to see how you're all feeling. So if you have something to share before we begin, please do so. I know there'll be people joining us as we get started. So I just want to say hello to some of our speakers. Hello, Colette. How are you doing today?
You know, I'm awesome today. I'm thankful and grateful for another day, and just to join you incredible ladies and listen to those that I have not met yet to share their stories. So it's an incredible day.
Looking forward to hearing from you. Hello, Carolina. How are you today? You'll be speaking on today's speaker showcase.
Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're joining from. Thank you for coming. I'm very, very excited. And I already see some known faces over there. Denise, Catherine, thank you.
Amazing, amazing. We got Deborah in the house who's also speaking today. Hi, Deborah, good to see you. How are you doing?
Hello, everyone. I'm excited to be here. I'm a little, I don't know how to put it. I had a procedure done yesterday, so I'm a little woozy from the procedure yesterday, but I'm here. I showed up and I'm so happy to be here. Can't wait to hear what everyone has to say. I love the fact that we're all here to support each other.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Deborah. Love and light for you towards your healing, and I'm so happy that you are here. Hi, Alexandra. Good to see you today. How are you?
I'm so good. I'm so happy to be here and surrounded by so many incredible women today. So thank you, everyone, for coming. I'm just excited. If you can't tell, I'm like, ooh, giddy. So I'm happy to be here.
Yes, we are going to be hearing from our speakers, and welcome to all of you attending today. I can see Susan on camera. Hi, Susan. Good to see you. We got Catherine from London. How are you, Catherine? Good to see you, lovely lady. Yes, we got Ramel in the house. How are you, Ramel? Good. Deepika, good to see you, Deepika.
Hello,
Jennifer.
hello.
Hi, Jennifer. Good to see everybody. Hi, Jessica. I'm so excited because today we have so many amazing ladies. I know there will be other ladies joining us throughout. And today is really about showcasing the voices of women. It's about being heard. It's about sharing our stories. It's about our stories empowering other people. It is so important to share our stories as we go through life. And I have been taught at an early age to share the stories, share our stories, because they are the cornerstone of us carrying our legacies, of making an impact, of teaching others. And I've been taught by my grandma at a very young age to use my voice and to use our stories to impact generations. So I know there are a lot of things happening in the world, and this week has not been easy with what's going on in Ukraine. And I know many of you have been impacted by what's going on in the world. And I know that some of our ancestral lineage, some of our families may be coming from those parts of the world in Eastern Europe, in Ukraine. And it hasn't been easy. And as much as sometimes we may want to carry on with life as normal, we have to recognize that life isn't necessarily normal today. So we have been speaking with our community, with our speakers, and how we can make impact and how can we show up and be here for each other. So I'm so glad that we have a community, that we have all of you in this room today, because it is about stepping up right now and showing leadership and being light for each other. We have to stand strong together. We have to hold our hands. And in this world of chaos and wars happening, it is more than ever that we need to unite. It is more than ever that we need to stand strong and be the light, be the leadership for other people, be together. So I'm really honored by the amazing women that we have on the summit. I know they are all here to make a positive impact. They are all here to support each other. And today we will be sharing beautiful stories of our women on the summit. We will be creating an impact. I want all of you to have a mindset of positivity and support and light, because we are here, and sometimes it's not easy to go through life when we have these things happening in the world, and we have to recognize that we still have, we can still make an impact. So I just want to say thank you to all of you for being here. It's not easy for me to speak. I feel very emotional, but I am grateful for your support and encouragement and for all of you being here. Colette has had a beautiful prayer today on social media, and I really appreciated some of your words that you have shared. I'd love to hear from you, Colette, just for a few minutes, your thoughts on the situation right now, and, just some thoughts of how we can really come together.
It's very unfortunate what's happening. But I definitely concur with you that it is so important that we, as a sisterhood of women, support one another. My heart goes out to those in the Ukraine and in Russia that don't appreciate what's going on. It's not like all the citizens in Russia are standing up and applauding what's happening. They're being arrested and accosted as well, just because they disagree with what's happening. I think it's just really important for me, from being a faith-based woman, to stand up and to pray and to speak peace. But even, there are people even here in our sisterhood that may not share the same ideology, but at the same time, we support one another. We make sure that we're there for one another. We're not in judgment of each other. Where we are is to say, listen, I'm here for you. If you need me, reach out to me. If you require something that I can be a blessing to you in, then please let me know that, because I want to support you. And we need to do that exact same thing in our global community. One thing about social media, it has literally made us a global community. We can no longer stick our head in the sand and say, well, I'm in America, or I'm in France, or I'm in Italy, or I'm in Spain, or whatever, and this is not affecting me. It is affecting each and every one of us. It is affecting each and every one of us, because we're all part of the human race. Okay. And when one of us hurt, then we all should, take notice of that and step up to the plate to be supportive. So Coming on this early this morning, I woke up with that in my spirit. I just wanted to pray peace over what was going on. And again, you know, my sisters that are here that I've met through the Women Thrive Summit, and I know you guys have personal connections to what's going on. I want to make sure that I'm here in supportive of that. And I would hope that, you know, the women that are attaching themselves to the summit and to the Women Business Club and what have you would feel the exact same way.
Thank you, Colette. I just wanted to say it's just such a beautiful words. Thank you so much. I mean, for me, it's just been horrible. I mean, I can't put it in words what there's been few days. I mean, I have family in Ukraine, I have family in Russia. So I think this is the time when we really need to lean into each other. And I think this is the times when we all appreciate places like this. Well, actually, this is the support and the love that we need to share to anyone around us. Is the exact time when we need it the most. So having women to lean towards is beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm sure it hasn't been easy for you, Elena, as well, coming from a similar background. And yeah, it's been difficult, but I'm so glad that we are here together. I wanted to dampen the mood of what's going on, but I think it's so important to actually talk about it because, you know, before this event started, I just kept chanting and saying, you know, we are empowered, we are strong, we are collective, we are here to make a difference. We have to empower ourselves and stand strong so we can make an impact in this world. That is so important to do that. And just knowing that we're all here together today, standing strong, creating impact, sharing our stories. Some of the stories you may hear today are very painful stories. Some of the women have been or are still going through some challenges. So just to know that each and every one of us within this community have that support and we can come together for whatever questions, to share stories, to be together, is so reassuring, especially during these difficult times. When we started the Women Thrive Summit 3 years ago, it was as a result of us going into pandemic. We had to pivot our events, live events, and turn them into virtual events. So similar situation, obviously very different to the outcome and what is going on in the world, but we were faced with difficult and unprecedented times throughout the world, and we had to rethink how life will be moving forward. So as I reflect back now of what we had to do then, in the end of the day, we were able to come together. And I think as women standing together, holding our hands, finding solutions, having those conversations, sharing stories, is the most empowering and impactful thing that we can do. On my social media, I shared a story about my grandmother, about her facing the World War II, and how every evening when we would have dinner, she would sit down and tell me stories of, you know, the ordeals that she had to go through and she had to face. And as I am an adult now, even when I was a child, I really appreciated those stories, and I would sit with her and ask her to tell me more of the things that she have had to go through, of, you know, just living on rations, being creative in feeding her family and herself, and finding a way to live. We are living in a privileged times where we may not need to have the rations, and we have safe homes in most cases. But it's still sometimes navigating through different challenges in life, whether women are going through abuse or, you know, difficult situations in businesses. Just knowing that you have a community you can lean on and ask questions is probably the most empowering thing that you as a woman can do for yourself. So we are here to support you, to empower you. I'm very proud of the ladies that we have selected for the summit. And behind the scenes, we've been working together very, very hard to make sure that you are supported and you have something amazing coming up in March. So the main event is in March 21st to the 26th. It is a 6-day event. We've just confirmed our event agenda. And I'm very excited for those of you who are joining. If you haven't booked your ticket, you can book your ticket now at thewomenthrivesummit.com. And we will begin our proceeds, but before, I'd like to do 1 minute of silence for Ukraine and for those affected by the current situation in the world. So if you may agree with me to just have a minute of silence and just really keep what's going on in our thoughts and in our prayers. Send our intentions, our energy, our light for those affected and for those living in fear and in danger, because really it is not an easy thing to go through right now. So we'll go into 1 minute silence now. So thank you so much. Thank you all so much. I appreciate this time of reflection and just sending love and healing for those affected by what's going on in Ukraine. I would like to hand it over to my amazing co-host, Claudia, to actually introduce our first speaker and begin the event. I'm super grateful to have you all here, and I hope you enjoy this event and meeting our speakers for the Women Thrive Summit of 2022.
Thank you so much, Ramonda, and thank you all for joining us here and for having this moment to really send our wishes, our prayers to all those who don't have this privilege to sit in front of a computer with the lights on in a warm house and connect with each other. So all we can do is ripple this out, and this is why this medium is so amazing. So without further ado, I'd love to introduce our first amazing speaker. Jennifer Orb is a certified financial planner. She is also a chartered financial consultant, author, and speaker. She's on a mission to encourage planning and conversation among families to help you pursue financial freedom and fulfillment. Being a business owner, a wife, and a mum to 4 kids, that's 4 kids, she understands how crazy life can get. It's hard to carve out time to have serious money conversations and research everything you need to confidently optimize your money. So after almost a decade in the financial world, Jennifer is passionate about financial intimacy, retirement planning, and generational wealth. That is such a buzzword, generational wealth. It's so important. Everyone talks about how to make money, but few are discussing how your money mindset affects your relationships, your life decisions, and future generations of your family. So Jennifer, welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Claudia and Ramonda, and I apologize for any background noise. I had to escape my house to come to Boston today because my daughter, it's snowing and I couldn't drive here, so we stayed overnight. My daughter's volleyball tournament. So thank you for this medium is great for the flexibility, and thank you again, Colette for that, and Elena, love to you, and everything that you have to deal with right there on the forefront with family. So thank you for that great introduction. I am Jennifer Aubie, and I am the author of Naked Wealth, which is available on Amazon. I am also the co-host of the, I just became the actual only host of the Naked Wealth podcast. I had a couple of co-hosts who have recently purchased a yoga studio and decided to bow out, so I'm going to be going it alone on my podcast. But one of the things people don't realize is that part of a healthy mindset has a lot to do about legacy. It has to do with the legacy that's come to you, and it has to do with the legacy that you've set forth. And Ramonda, in your introduction there, you started talking about that, your grandmother. Part of my talk that I've prepared for March actually talks about my grandmother and a lot of the things that she did in terms of saving her chicken bones and her chicken and making like 10 meals out of one. And that is part of my legacy. Sometimes I boil down my bones and I think, why am I even doing this? Like, where did this even come from? I can go buy chicken stock, but I don't do it because it's the smell and it's the aroma and it's the legacy. And it's the fact that I hope my kids are watching and that someday they pop a chicken carcass in a pot, and that legacy and that smell brings a whole lot of memories up to them. My mom tells a story. So I'm not from a family who loves cars, and a lot of people love cars, and that's cool. I have no problem with it. But for me, I'm like, if it gets me where I need to go and it fits all my kids, I'm pretty happy. But my mom tells a story how she was in the car with her dad, and my uncle really loved cars. And he says, "Oh my gosh, Dad, do you see that great car that just drove by?" And my grandfather said, "It's enough to know I could have the car. I don't need to have that car. It's enough for me to know I could." He wasn't a car guy either. And that's something that's kind of brought down in my legacy. But what does legacy mean to you? And that's something we're really going to dig into a little more in March. And for me, it's to make sure that for generations to come, for generations that I don't even know their names and I won't know their names, that they are set up, not just from a financial perspective, but from a money mindset and knowing their history, and that this legacy that I pass on is financial, but it's also money mindset, and it's boiling your chicken bones and all those different things that come into what you pass down, and that my legacy can continue on for generations to come through my kids, through their community involvement, through their business activities, and so forth. So we're going to dig into that. I'm going to be telling you about some stories very personal to me. I've been through my own stuff, including a divorce that left me financially unprepared. I work with clients every single day who have completely been derailed. So we can have these political, cultural events that we're going through now, and those hurt deeply emotionally, but they can also hurt deeply financially. We're all seeing the markets all over the place as well. How does that impact your legacy? How does living too long, right? Living to your hundreds, dying too soon, having a disability, having a child with a disability, having a child pass away, having your spouse pass away. How can all these things affect you and your legacy? And it's to be proactive in life allows us to, when these curveballs come, to really be able to sit with our loved ones and hold their hand, to give someone a shoulder to cry on, and to be there in those moments, really present if we've done the work up front, knowing that curveballs come, they are normal. And so if we can think through our legacy on the front end and prepare ourselves as best we can for the curveballs and to plan ahead, then we're going to pass on our best legacy. We're going to do our best work by setting in a proactive approach. And that's really what I'm going to talk about in more depth in March, and give some one-pagers. People can spend 20 minutes and just, get a bunch of stuff on paper, front, back page, say, boom, here's a freebie, take it, run with it. And you can get yourself and your family really well set up by just starting with that. So thank you so much. I'm so happy, so excited for March, and to, officially meet you all. I apologize, I've been a little MIA. My life's been crazy with the kids, and that we've got competitive volleyball, competitive dance going on with two of them right now. And I've actually changed over my businesses, and I've been trying to relaunch my podcast and my book. So that's been a little crazy, but I'm really excited to spend time with you. And this international community is absolutely phenomenal and stellar and meaningful.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you. Appreciate it. What a beautiful story. And yes, we pick up things without knowing from our family, our loved ones when we're growing up. And, you know, chicken soup and chicken broth that we make at home and being resourceful, just exactly what I was sharing as well about my grandma. So I can't wait for your talk. Ladies, if you do want to hear Jennifer speak at the Women Thrive Summit, make sure you book your ticket. I'm so excited to hear your talk because I believe that generational wealth is just so important to talk about, to have awareness about, and also to have those conversations at home. So when we were choosing our speakers, this was one of the areas I particularly wanted to make sure we cover when it comes to finance. And I just loved your angle on on the topic that you will be sharing during this event. So I'm very excited. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Appreciate that.
And I just wanted to add, I think it's such an important topic to really set those wealth, mindset habits early. And what a beautiful thing, because actually, if you think about money mindset issues come from that point when we are raised, that we're impacted by our parents. And actually, there's so much passed along to us, and we have to unwrap it, uncover in our businesses to really set ourselves free. Well, what a beautiful way to actually do this sort of fix it for ourselves that actually impacts our children going forward. So beautiful. Cannot wait for your talk, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Likewise, very much looking forward to those 1 pages, 2 pages, and all that info. So going on to our next speaker, we have Crystal Timberlake, who I've also met in different places. She's an amazing speaker. She's known for her unique abilities to inspire you through spoken word and to motivate you into action, which is what a lot of us, of course, are wanting to do. Crystal is a domestic violence advocate. She's an empowerment and transformation speaker, a transformational coach and mentor, and she's also an author. So through her personal life experience and her educational background, she educates and influences women to regain their power and take back the control in their lives. Her unique process walks women through finding their vision from the valley. Now, I'll be interested to hear about that, and teaches them how to turn their pain into purpose. Crystal is a living witness that there is life after trauma and abuse. So welcome, Crystal.
Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thank you so much for that beautiful introduction. I'm so excited to be here with you guys on today. And I just want to take a minute to introduce myself and tell you guys a little bit about what I will be speaking about in our Women Thrive Summit 2022. And I'm excited about it. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. So as mentioned before, I am Crystal Timberlake, and I help women who have had a past of either trauma or abuse turn their pain into purpose. If you're someone who's feeling stuck, stagnant, or living your life in this phase of what I like to call repeat, where you're repeating the same cycles of different situations with a different face, then I help you to overcome that. I understand that everyone has been created with purpose on purpose. In those hard times, which are those traumas and those abusive relationships or abusive situations that you found yourself in, are those valley experiences. So when I work with women, I help them to really get connected with their inner confidence and help them with their decision making, which is the main thing that we need when we are trying to step out into this world and live that life with purpose, on purpose. And at the end of our journey, what we ultimately come to a conclusion of is you are totally aware of your unique abilities and talents, and you are excited about your future, because there is so much more to life than your past, and we have the ability to recreate the lives that we desire. So you guys, many of you guys are probably like me, where you found yourself in a place or a space where you feel like you've been knocked down, you feel like there's nowhere to go, and maybe nobody even understands you. These are the moments where we are faced with one word, and that word is fear. But not fear as you know it, but fear as the acronym, where you either face everything and run or face everything and rise. See, there was a time in my life where I had lost my car, lost my job, I lost my apartment, and I almost lost my life to domestic violence. And that day, when I nearly died on my apartment floor underneath the weight of my abuser, I prayed that it be my last day. And it was. It was the last day that I lived my life as I once knew it, taking life for granted and choosing to put others' needs before my own. See, while I prayed to die, I was spared to live. Much to my dismay, I had to face my fears. I had to pick up the pieces to my life, and I had to face everything and rise. And I did, you guys. While it wasn't an easy walk, it was something that I discovered years later. And that was that God used my life, my valley experience, to give me my vision. And just like me, your purpose goes against societal norms. It is you beating the odds, because we were not created for mediocrity. You know that you are more than a conqueror. We all are. And this time is a time to be up for the challenge and have faith to both be radical and free. And so I want to invite you guys all to join me and all of the amazing women you see here, and so many more, to join us at the Women Thrive Summit 2022 in March, to get into a place in the space where you feel encouraged and feel inspired. Hear my story, hear other women's stories, so that you can find the courage that you need in your life to turn your pain into purpose. I guarantee you, your life will be changed forever. So come and learn how you can recreate your life and see how you have been born with purpose, on purpose. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Crystal. I have been taken back by your story, Crystal, when we first met, and your courage and your strength and commitment to impact the lives of others who have been going through emotional, physical abuse or are going through it. And I'm so glad that you are part of this summit, because we're still seeing a lot of women affected by that, going through it. Maybe within this very room, women are affected by that. So I encourage you to connect with Crystal. I think it's important that we are so brave to have these conversations, because it is a scary place to be. It can be very, very isolating place to be, going through it. And I just want to say, if you're going through it right now, or if you have experienced this before in your life, you don't have to do it alone. There are other women who are going through it, and there's a lot of support and help out there. So thank you, Crystal, for being so brave and following your path and rising and helping other women to rise. Appreciate you.
I think it's also important to add that abuse has many faces. So often we think it's physical, but it's also, there can be emotional, psychological. I myself have been through it. So it's a subject I'm very passionate about. And I think the more we speak about it, the more we enable this conversation, so that those who feel very trapped, because it is a trap, are able to break their silence. So thank you, Crystal, for making it such an important subject of your talk. So moving on to our next amazing speaker, Karolina Grels, and she's going to help me with the surname, Jmelnitsky, is a marketing, branding, HR, and strategy consulting expert. She was born in Argentina, grew up in Spain, and has lived over 10 years now in the USA. She's currently managing the online marketing and HR departments at Ibericus Inc., a sales and marketing company based in New York City. And she's worked with several clients across the US, elevating their brands to the next level. So thank you, Carolina, and welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm very, very, very excited to be here. And many people are here, either from my family. So I am very blessed for that. Like my mom is connected, my aunt is connected, and friends of mine are connected. So I'm very grateful. So thank you very much, Claudia and Ray. It's truly a blessing to be here. As she said, I am originally from Argentina. I was born in Argentina. I grew up in Spain, and I've been 10 years living in the US, first in Boston and then in New York City. My sister and I, we have a company, sales and marketing company. We do B2B, which is business to business. And our main clients are business owners, small and medium size owners. Most of them are in New York, but we work with companies all around the country and internationally as well. But I am not here to talk about business. I'm here to talk about my personal story. So I want to ask you something. Have you ever had a dream and someone wanted to take away your dream? Have you been working so hard and you felt that you were not rewarded enough? Have you ever been bullied? Or have you ever lost your voice? Because I had lost my voice physically. During 8 years of my life, I was not able to speak. I was working in the consulting business in Boston. And while I was a very successful consultant in banking, I lost my voice suddenly because of a toxic work environment, bullying, and stress, many hours of stress. And I think we all know what stress means, right? But whenever you wake up in a matter of days and you see that you cannot physically speak, that's very hard. And that's exactly what happened to me. So imagine, I was really lost. I didn't know what was going on. I was desperate. I was looking for an answer. I was like, what's going on? What is happening? And, I knew that I was not in the best place. So during 8 years of my life, I had to learn to live with it. There's no other way. So I was trying to find a solution. I went to doctors. All the doctors told me I was okay, but I know there was something, it was not okay. There was something wrong, and nobody told me. Imagine the desperation I was in that moment. So, because I had to learn to live with it, my life changed. And I was going to meetings with very high stakeholders in the banking industry. I was managing more than 40 projects at the same time and being unable to speak in those meetings. What is that? And I was the youngest female in the boardroom. That's another topic that is included. So while I was walking on my own path, somebody asked me, Carol, what is that you most like? And there is something that really unites me. And everyone knows what it is. It is dancing. So dancing ignites me. I've been a dancer all my life. That's my passion. I started dancing when I was 4 years old for 11 years. And now I've been dancing salsa for more than 15 years. And that's what I took, right? That's what that's the way that I got stronger. And I got confidence through dancing. So in order to heal myself physically, I knew I had to heal myself mentally and in my heart and forgive those bullies. So in 2013, I was already dancing in a salsa group, but the environment was not nice. Again, it was a bullying environment in Boston. So even my passion was put in question. Like, that's something that no one should even ever have the guts to ask you. If you really like something, you should pursue it. And especially if you know that you are talented in that matter. You're talented. I knew I was talented dancing because I was going to stages when I was 4 years old. So how come someone told me, no, you're not good enough? Yes, I am, but I was not in the environment I was in. I had to change it. So that's exactly what I did. I changed the environment I was in because I knew that was the issue. The issue was not me. The issue was the environment I was in. So after 3 months of looking for an answer, and my other aunt is connecting, I decided to change the environment I was in outside work. So after 3 months, I met the most wonderful community, dancing community I've ever met, I could ever ask for. And I remember when I went to this event, very spontaneous, they were dancing in this circle, which is called Rueda de Casino, which is where I am an expert right now. It's the Cuban dance formation. And I asked the organizer, Jose, from the Boston Rueda group, I can't speak. And he answered to me, what, you don't need your voice in order to dance. So coming with us, this is your new family. And so it was. That became a new family. I started dancing with them, going every week. They invited me. It was a very, very inclusive community. People from everywhere, all ages, all cultures, all religions. Who cares? Like, we are all humans. We were there to dance. And that's what we did. So because I ended up in a very inclusive environment, I started to shine because my dancing talent started to raise. So I became one of the Rueda organizers in the Boston area community, especially outdoors. And I was making sure that everybody was included when I organized my events. I used to organize twice a week events during 3 hours, so it's not bad. So from there, I started to travel. I started to go to Rueda festivals all around the world because many groups started to invite me through that way, right? So I made new friends. I learned new skills. I had to communicate myself in a different way. And even though I had no voice, I learned a lot. I developed skills. I learned to be compassionate compassionate. And I attended festivals in Boston, DC, New York, Norway, UK, Spain, everywhere. And I started organizing flash mobs in the streets with almost 200 people showing up from nowhere. And Reda became my social connection, the way I expressed myself, the way I communicated myself with others. So I expressed myself through dancing. And after 8 years of mental healing through dance, I regained my voice last year in 2020. So thank you. The dance experience has taught me so many things in my professional and personal life. And because dance is a vital part of my life, and has really helped me to connect with myself and really regain my voice. Now I want to help others to learn the benefits of dance and take advantage of it and get it as a tool to get confident and motivated. So my topic for the One Thrive Summit is gonna be how dancing can help you find your voice. And I really hope to see you all there. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I can see everybody's clapping for you. Your story is phenomenal. And the fact that you are here on this platform to share it, encourage other women to use their voice. And what a story for you to find your voice and be here today, to be the testament, to be sharing your story. I watched your journey personally. And Carolina, I just want to say, we're all within the community are so proud of you and just how far you have come and how you show up. You're a true powerhouse. And I'm just very, very excited to have you as one of our first time speakers on this platform. And I'm so happy you have healed your voice and now you're on a journey to empower other people. Thank you.
And I just want to say that I would not have done this without my family as well.
Yeah.
I think Denise want to talk.
Can I talk for one moment? Can I say something for one moment? I would have moved mountains to be here today for you, Carolina. I would have moved the mountains. Luckily, I was off today, so thank you. And hi, Ramonda, how are you, honey? I want to say, I want to dance with you too, but I want to say for people who don't know, Carolina is so brave because the condition that she has, like myself, I have the same condition, is spasmodic dysphonia, and getting on a stage or getting in front of people is almost the most brave thing you could have done today. And this moment, I want to congratulate you in the bravery and keep going, girl, because that's what we have to do. Keep lifting up, keep giving your voice and your message. And like I said, like you were there for me when the book came out, you popped on with your family, and I will pop on for you whenever you are on, and Ramonda too. I just had to say that. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, Denise. We love you so much. Appreciate you.
It means a lot that you are here, Denise. Thank you.
Claudia, over to you.
Wow, I'm so touched and inspired. It's amazing, amazing. So we have another speaker, and that is Alexandra Prince. She is a seasoned wardrobe stylist turned style architect for entrepreneurial women who are ready to unlock their next level by reimagining their style so that they can confidently increase their visibility and amplify their brand. She aims to create undeniable confidence and impeccable lasting impressions for her clients so that they can attract their own dream clients while opening the floodgates for endless opportunities. What a poetic way to put it. Welcome, Alexandra. I look forward to hearing about this.
Hello, ladies. Thank you, Claudia, so much. Thank you all for being here today. I'm so happy to be here, and it honestly just genuinely warms my heart to just be with women. And when women come together, especially amid chaos and heaviness, I naturally always find myself seeking the comfort of other women. So today is absolutely filling up my cup beyond words, and already hearing these incredible stories, I'm beyond touched and excited to be here. Kind of take a second after Carolina's story. Thank you for sharing. It's absolutely beautiful, and I can relate a touch to it. So as Claudia mentioned, I am a seasoned editorial wardrobe stylist of 12 plus years, working for big names like Nordstrom, Ann Cole, Nike, and the like. However, since shifting my career back in 2019, I have had truly the honor to be a part of countless women's transformations, and not just transformations when it comes to their style, but also seeing them blossom and really coming out of their shell, witnessing them confidently increase their visibility and amplify their brand, really sharing their voice and truly becoming a thought leader in their arenas. However, my journey with fashion started when I was a very young girl in elementary school. I was incredibly shy, to the point where when someone would speak to me, my throat would tighten, it would close up, and I would freeze. My entire body would heat up, and later discovered, really struggled with a lot of anxiety and other things that I will be sharing later at the summit. But it was so bad to the point where I would utilize my best friend to whisper in her ear my responses, because I just was not comfortable or couldn't even use my voice. And kids can be mean. I was bullied, and I was often referred to as the mute girl who would just stare, who didn't have a voice, and who kind of hung out with a weird crowd. And it hurt a lot. And it left me to discover my own form of communication. And this is where I ended up turning to fashion to express myself and be my voice when I couldn't speak, when I didn't have the ability to share my thoughts and share who I was with the world, what I liked, what I didn't like. And I used fashion to do that, to be my nonverbal communicator. And as I've grown up, the way I choose to dress continues to be my main form of communication. Even after I've, gone through time and time again of discovering my physical voice, rediscovering it, losing it, rediscovering it, fashion has always been my constant communicator, my way to articulate who I am to the world. And if there is anything that I have learned from my career, as well as my personal journey, it's that style is truly an inside job. It's an incredible form of communication, as well as a manifestation tool. We can use our style to communicate to whom we interact in the universe, what our values are, what we stand for, what our likes and dislikes are, where we come from, and where we're going. And as far as a manifestation tool and to manifest our desires, ladies, it is an incredible tool and magical even that I've been able to experience. And it's my mission to help other women to experience it as well. Because if we're truly dressing in alignment with how we see ourselves in the end game of our goals, it almost serves as evidence to our brains that our efforts are working and our dreams are actually coming to fruition. Because when we dress in alignment with who we are, what we stand for, what our message is, we vibe at a higher vibration and our energy is oozed out to the world. And that's our communication. That's how we attract what we want into our lives and how we let people know what we're about and where we're going. So I just want to take a quick step back for just a moment, because we all get dressed in the morning, right? At least for the most part. Maybe it's looked a little bit different in the last few years. But what does it mean to get dressed? From the outside, your closet might be a wonderland of maybe the latest trends and fashions, maybe a plethora of, different textures and colors. But my question to you is, how many of those pieces that are currently in your closet were chosen for you, just for you? Because if you're like most women, and it's okay, your closet probably isn't an accurate reflection of who you are. And that's not your fault. And the thing is, if the woman who's looking back in the mirror at you isn't the truest embodiment of you, then we can't expect her to show up authentically as the face of your business and accurately tell your story to the world. So I have created the Inside Out Style Method, which is designed to uncover the woman of your dreams so that you can become a magnet for all that you desire, along with feeling and looking damn good at the same time. Now, you might be wondering, who is the woman of my dreams? And I'm going to give you a hint. She is not someone who you simply admire or someone that you desire to be like. She's not a celebrity. She's not a friend. She is you. The woman of your dreams is the truest essence of who you are when all doubts, fears are stripped away and you can simply be you and assert all that you are. Not just part of who you are, but all that you are. So during my talk at the Women's Thrive Summit in March, you and I together, we're going to be unpacking what it actually means to step into the shoes, figuratively and physically, of the woman of your dreams, and how doing that will help you unlock your fullest potential. So I honestly hope to see all of your beautiful faces there. And thank you so much for being here today, opening your hearts and listening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alexandra. Big applause to you. And thank you so much for sharing your story. Absolutely love it. And next month, your closet, or you have selected 4 styles for the Women Thrive magazine. So thank you so much for contributing that. So keep an eye out for the Women Thrive magazine next month. And I find your story super inspirational. So I can't wait for your talk. Over to you, Claudia, to introduce our next speaker. Thank you.
I wanted to come around and go through my wardrobe, but I'm sure we'll get some tips if you can't come to Europe right now. So the next speaker we heard from her earlier, the amazing Colette James. She is the founder of Kingdom Influencer Life. She encourages leaders to become agents of influence, creating living legacies. In addition to the Living Legacy platform, which is the name, there is also Unleash the Power of Your Brilliance as you embrace your uniqueness. That's also a platform. She is an author of devotions and books, including Embrace God's Love, A Journey Through the Wilderness. Prior to launching her speaking career, Dr. James worked for famed boxing promoter Don King for 28 years. And this experience has enhanced her abilities to relate to people on every level and in all walks of life. So welcome again, Colette.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It is definitely an honor to be here. I am always at awe when I have the opportunity to join these phenomenal women that are part of the Women Thrive Summit. It is just incredible when you hear their stories and the unsurmountable odds that they have had to come past, to push past, to be the dynamic individuals that they are. It is absolutely incredible. And what Alexandria just said was a perfect segue to me, that the woman of your dreams is you. Okay. I mean, that was just like absolutely perfect. My talk for the summit is Unleash the Power of Your Brilliance by embracing your uniqueness. We live in a society where social media, TV, movies, other people have told us who we need to be, who we are, who we need to look like if we are going to be successful. And especially as women, we've grown up being told who we couldn't be and what we couldn't do. And a lot of times we have taken that into our business realm, been into the place of leadership. And so what I endeavor to do is to help you see who you are at your core. Your uniqueness. God created each and every one of us to be uniquely who we are. We're not in the Stepford Wives society, okay? We are who we are by purpose and design. I love what Crystal said. I say almost the exact same thing. I tell people to live in purpose, on purpose, okay? To make sure that you're living out the purpose for what you were created for. And you cannot do that if you are not embracing who you really are. So often, we see people that we admire, and that's fine, or we have mentors in our lives and we aspire to be like them. But the world is waiting for you. They're waiting for your uniqueness. You have something to offer. You have a purpose that answers a dilemma for somebody else, and you are somebody else's answer to their prayer. So it's a matter of you getting down and digging deep and finding out, first and foremost, where did you lose you? Where did you lose your uniqueness, that thing that made you you? When did you start imitating and emulating what either someone else told you about you or what you saw in somebody else? And a lot of times we take on defense mechanisms. It's our way of survival. I lived a survivalist life for many, many years because I had to survive. There were certain things that I went through. I was a mother at 14, okay? I was a single mom for the majority of my children's lives. And it was like, survival mode. I had 2 children as a teenager, only 2 I have, thank you. But I had 2 children before I graduated from high school. And I was a mother. It wasn't like I could just drop them off. I thank God for my mother enabling me to finish school by helping me with the children until I got out of school. But it was still, you get into that survivalist mode. You've got people depending on you. And so You do what you need to do to survive. And a lot of times you change who you are because you're in that survival mode. Other people, like Crystal shared, that you've been abused. So you've gone into a defense mode because of that abuse. You know, I know for me, not so much a physical abuse, but words that were spoken hurt me deeply. And so my defense was, I don't care what people think about me. And because of that, I started hurting people because of the pain that I had inside. And that wasn't uniquely who I was, but it was my defense mechanism. And a lot of times for you to really find out who you uniquely are, you have to face you. You have to face your traumas. You have to face what you've been through. You have to face what has caused you to take on the attitudes that you have. You have to face all of that and you have to heal from it. The one thing about being in leadership is if you are a leader that is a hurt leader who has never healed, then you will tend to hurt others, because you will react out the pain that's inside of you that you never dealt with. So part of embracing your uniqueness is finding out, again, where did you lose that? Did somebody say something to you as a child that made you shut down or made you shrink back or took your voice from you? Or as an adult, did you suffer a failure in your mindset and that made you afraid to launch out again, to try again? So there's so many different layers to finding out your uniqueness, but until you embrace it, then you will never be the brilliant you that you need to be. So that's what my talk is dealing with, is helping you to unleash that power. There is power in who you are. There's power in who you were created to be. And the world, as I said before, is waiting for the uniqueness that you bear. So come join us for the Women Thrive Summit so we can go into this a little deeper.
Wow, thank you, Colette. Your voice, your commitment to empowerment, your story is so impactful. I'm just seeing the chat and everyone is just so affected by what you have to say today. So thank you. I can't wait for your talk. I appreciate your presence and your support and for being on this platform with us.
Thank you so much. It's such an honor. It really is.
Yay. Over to Claudia.
Thank you. Amazing, amazing. So our next speaker is a rapid transformational hypnotherapist, Nikki Rourek. She's also an empowerment and health coach and helps liberate highly motivated women from negative self-beliefs. Also, she helps liberate them from blocks, trauma, and bad habits to live their most empowered, successful, and abundant lives. I'm looking forward to this one as well. Nikki, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's really, I'm totally awed to be here. I have goosebumps from that last speech and probably all of them so far. I am completely humbled, honored, awed to be amongst such an incredible group of women. To say you're inspiring is to not even scratch the surface. Your stories, your honesty, your just the passion with which you share your stories and your purpose now is fantastic. So thank you so much. And Raymonda for making this happen and bringing us all together, and Claudia for the lovely introduction. Thank you, everybody. Wow, I'm where to begin? Just a little brief introduction of about me. As you know, my name is Nikki. I'm a wandering Australian from way back. I was born in Australia. And I now live in the south of Spain, and it's been a fabulously twisting, turning, roundabout, every kind of way path that's led me to be here. I sometimes wonder if I can connect the dots between all of them. But we're here, so they do all connect somewhere, I guess. Where to begin? I was an incredibly quiet and shy child, very quiet and shy child. I would blush if anyone said hello to me. I wasn't intending to broach that, but I think just listening to your stories, it's like, yeah, my heart, you just got my heart going with the resonance of that and thinking, wow, we start in these beginnings and never wonder that we'd be speaking to people and sharing our voice and our passion and, our healing and transformational stories with other people, with the view of healing and transforming other people as well. A little bit about what I do, I think, and how I got there. Just some of the dots that explain the journey in between. So I have to say, life wasn't bad. Life wasn't always easy either. There's been a lot of challenges on the way. Childhood was okay. It could have been better. It could have been way worse. So, there's nothing to complain about there, I guess. But there's a lot of things that hurt along the way. And I grew up being an incredibly shy and quiet person. But I had a passion for travel. I'd been taken by a grandparent to Singapore in the late 70s when it was crazy and wild and everything else. And I remember stepping off the plane, and from the moment that humidity hit me, I knew that I had a passion for travel that was somehow almost injected into me, and it stayed there ever since. And that led to 32 years of wandering, I guess. I've been an expat for 32 years. I left Australia at the age of 19. I was young at university. I finished and jumped on a plane and haven't really been back for a long period of time. It's been a while now, I think. And I've loved my wandering. I made a career that involved a lot of travel. I traveled for pleasure. I traveled for passion. I traveled for my career. I traveled because I just had this wide-eyed wonderment and curiosity about the world that I couldn't ever really satisfy. And then everything ground to a halt a couple of years ago, as we all know. All of our worlds changed to greater and lesser extents in really different ways. But I think it's undeniable that no one's life hasn't been touched and changed by what's gone on in the last 2 years. For me, one of the biggest ones was stillness. I was kind of really grateful for the enforced stillness, if I can say that, because I'd got to a point in my life, I think leading up to probably the couple of years before that, where I was burnt out. I was this person that was existing from here. What the world saw was a kind of a happy, smiley face that looked like I had a great life. I did on paper. The career, everything that goes with that, great friends, good community. I didn't want for anything. But this piece underneath here, the rest of me was just, working like crazy to keep the head afloat more and more and more. And it just got me to a point where I lost my identity. And I think I lost my ability to, friends felt out of reach. Any real passion with the work I was doing started to dwindle. Everything felt flat. And the thing that was rising really strongly in me was an intense sense of self-loathing. I think just this real self-dislike came on really, really strongly. And I think it was just a case of, for so many years, moving so much and being in so many places and having a job that was all the energy went out, that I didn't have anything left inside me. And I'd been wearing so many masks that, I think more to the point, I didn't know who I was and under anything else at all. I lost my sense of identity, my sense of purpose. And I tell you this story because it leads very directly to where I am now. And one day a friend sent me what I've called a life-changing link. They sent me a link to Marissa Peer and rapid transformational therapy. And up until that time, I've been doing the work. I'm trying to go on my own spiritual journey, reading books on, how to make myself better, doing meditation, doing yoga, showing up for myself and trying to, but never being able to break free from what was beneath my surface, something in the core of me. Really, I couldn't get it. I'd go so far and pull myself back. So this life-changing link led me to discover rapid transformational therapy, which is really a form of super hypnotherapy, I like to call it. Some of you may have heard of a woman called Marissa Peer, and it's her method of hypnotherapy. She has over 30, I think almost 35 years now at doing what she's been doing. And this hypnotherapy combines the best of neurolinguistic programming, cognitive behavioral therapy, psychotherapy. And I had one session and it changed my life. And so much so that I was like, wow, I really need to share this with other people. the difference for me with that was it went to the root of my problem through delving through hypnotherapy to the into my subconscious. I found that that has all the answers. You know, we operate from this mind so much. Our society tells us that this is what's important, that I think we disconnect from not just our subconscious and unconscious, but from our heart and our instinct. And that's, you know, coming back into connection with that is really life-changing. So I work a lot with women, with those exactly women like that, very highly successful women, powerful women, women who have it all on the surface. And underneath, there's a little bit of struggling beneath. So we work together to empower the women from underneath. I'm very honored to be speaking at the summit. My talk is going to be about, you know, rebooting your life and rediscovering and recreating and transforming your life purpose. I want to use some tips that we will have. I've got a couple of surprises to share with you, with the hypnotherapy and rapid transformational therapy. And I wanted to share tips to encompass all of our life. I work with my clients with empowerment and health coaching under an umbrella of wellness, which encompasses everything from financial health to mental health to emotional health to our relationships to everything in between. So I've got loads of tips that I want to share to bring into this new world that we're in now, and to help us deal on every level with all the changes that we can share and help and empower other women to make their lives as full and as wonderful as possible. I think I've over-talked, so I will stop myself there. But thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. And I'm grateful to every single one of you women and all of you watching. Thank you so very much for your time and support. I'm super grateful.
Thank you so much, Nikki. I love your story, and I'm so grateful to have you on this platform. I have tried regression therapy and, you know, the therapies that you've been talking about, and it's really so powerful when you go so much deeper beyond the surface level to find out what's holding us back. Sometimes the conscious mind can't really figure out what is the problem or how to find the answers, but the subconscious always knows. So I'm really excited about your talk. And for those of you, we always leave the speakers' details in the chat, so do make sure you connect with the speakers as we go. I just want to say, stick around till the end because we have a networking session coming up towards the end. And I would love for you to be present here and connect with other people. During the Women Thrive Summit, you will have 6 days to connect with all of our amazing speakers. So we have today, you're only seeing probably 9 or 10 speakers from the Women Thrive Summit, but in March for the Women History Month, we have 6 days event. And today you can actually book your spot for the event and grab yourself a seat. Be there. This event is going to be live event. There are not many events. I mean, live as in running live. You can interact with our speakers, ask questions, choose the sessions that you want to be part of, do the networking, connect with other people. And of course, our speakers have some amazing gifts, some goodie bags that they all have created for you. So when you do book your ticket, not only you get access and replay access to the 6 days event, 30 plus speakers, amazing transformation, empowerment, support, networking opportunities, fun, as well as the gifts. Some of these gifts are worth thousands of dollars from our speakers because they have contributed some courses, some programs, access to one-on-one calls with them. You will be having so much fun. And for the limited time only bonus, when you book your ticket today to the Women Thrive Summit, you also get immediate access to have replay to our previous summits. So far we have held 2 amazing summits. So that is more than 70 hours of amazing content, transformational content that our amazing speakers, authors, entrepreneurs, coaches have shared, anything from women empowerment to financial freedom to marketing, visibility, public speaking. The value is incredible. Now, just yesterday, we added new tickets to the option that you can have. So today you can actually also upgrade your tickets to have a spotlight. So you can have a spotlight on the summit and be visible. So you may not know that we have an amazing community of female entrepreneurs and we have two packages for you to choose. So we have a social spotlight package for you where we will be featuring your business to over 600,000 followers across our social media. So that means social media shout outs and posts dedicated to you and your business. Now, one of our speakers will be interviewing you on our platform as well. So that means this is an amazing exposure for you to be shown to our community and present your business. I know exposure and visibility is very difficult these days, and you want a community like, women in business to celebrate you and showcase you. So the social spotlight package is here to make sure that your business is elevated, that you are visible. Now, on top of that, we also have social media training. So you will be also trained by one of our experts within our community of how to become more visible on social media to elevate your business and have more visibility. And as an extra bonus for the social media spotlight package, you will have social media content templates. So these are templates from our community that we will be giving you as well with this package. So that is social media spotlight package. Now, you can also upgrade one more time and have the Women Thrive Media package. That means you get true exposure like an expert. You get to interview on our podcast. So we have recently released an amazing Women Thrive podcast where only speakers right now get to feature. So that means having a professional production on our summit, as well as a video that goes onto our YouTube, across our social media channels, as well as everything from the previous package in the Women Thrive Media package. You also get an interview in our magazine. So you get to feature in our magazine, as well as public speaker training workshop and authority building media training. So all of these are amazing, amazing value. This is more than $5,000 worth of goodies. So do make sure you check out the womenthrivesummit.com, book your spot. I know that you will be blown away by the value and the community and the support that you and your business has. So I hope you book that ticket. Choose which value you wanting to pick, which ticket suits you best. And to just help you out a little bit, because I know times are a little bit crazy, we have actually made a split payment. So that means you don't actually have to pay a full payment for these packages, and you can split your payment. So that means you only pay half today and the rest next month. So I am very, very excited for those who are joining. I know your lives will be impacted. You are seeing the quality of our speakers today. We are not finished. We are going to be going on for another probably an hour. We have a few more speakers to come and then networking at the end. So Claudia, who is our next speaker? I'm excited to hear.
So our next speaker is Jessica Dirksen. She's the founder of True to You Lifestyle. She's also a transformational coach, speaker, facilitator, author, and mentor to women in business. And she has a podcast called True to You. So Jessica's purpose is to encourage, inspire, and offer tools to help women be the hero of their own story. And I like her motto, which is, if you want a different ending, tell a different story. So welcome, Jessica.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. The power in this room, I mean, the virtual room, I guess, but the speakers that have spoken today and shared your stories, you've touched my heart. I've had like goosebumps every time someone new spoke. So it's just so exciting to hear and connect with everyone. I think this March event is going to be beyond what we can even expect. And so, ladies, you are all the hero of your own story, right? Do you know that? Do you feel that? So I'm Jessica Dirksen. I am the founder of the True to You Lifestyle, and I am passionate about you loving your life and loving yourself. And one of the things that I really know to be true is that it's really hard to love, like really enjoy our life and really love our life when we're exhausted all the time, when we don't feel good on the inside, when we're, not feeling great physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And so what I love most about this event is that it's women coming together and we're all we're sharing our stories and we're sharing our life and how we overcame some of the biggest, hardships that we've been through. And my entire mission as a coach is to inspire and offer the tools to women so they can empower themselves to be the hero of their story, right, while feeling incredible from the inside out. Because when we feel really, really good inside, we do really great things in our external world. I mean, can you relate? Have you ever gone through a season where you just weren't feeling good inside, whether that was physically, whether that was just mentally, emotionally drained? And I'm sure you showed up in your life in a completely different way. And as we're living our lives, we're all living our own story. And we really deserve to be the hero in our story, the main character of our life, the main character of our story every single day. And you need to own your story. You need to own your truth. You need to own your past, your present, your future. And until you do, you can't be truly authentic. You can't show up as your authentic self until you own who you truly are. And, a lot of times we allow other people's judgments. We allow their judgments to control your life because you're still judging yourself. You're still holding on to shame or guilt or anger or regret. And honestly, I've been working on myself for many years. Many, many years I've been going through this transformational journey, this healing journey. And I was like, okay, I'm good, right? I thought I went through it all. I thought I'm done, with my baggage, all that kind of heavy stuff. And I thought I was good, but there was a part of me that really couldn't understand, why was I still stuck? Why were things not how I wanted them to be? Why was my marriage not in as a deep connection that I really, really, truly wanted to be? Why was my business not thriving in the way that I had visioned? And I started to dig even deeper. And I was like, man, I realized I still, years later, wasn't accepting all of me. So there was a season in my life that was so hard for me. I was like 18 years old and I went through a really, to me, terrible event, terrible season of my life. And what happened from that event is I held on to so much judgment and shame for myself from that experience. And really, it wasn't until really this past year that I dug even deeper, that helped me overcome and release it. And now doing the work, digging through it, as much as the digging part sucks sometimes, it is so worth it because I feel free. I feel free now. I feel lighter. I feel me. And people can't judge me because of the choices that I've made. People can't judge my experience because I don't judge myself anymore. So in March, in this event, I'm going to share with you what that experience was. I've never shared this before with anyone except Raymonda. She heard it and she really encouraged me to share this story and talk about it. And I'm going to share my journey through this story. A lot of my talk is going to focus on you being the hero of your story. And what does that really look like? What does that really mean? We're going to talk about beliefs. I'm going to talk about your thoughts, how to change those beliefs, right? I think it was Wayne Dyer who said a belief is just a thought you keep thinking. But that doesn't make it true. A lot of the thoughts we think they're fact, but they don't have to be. So we're going to talk about changing your thoughts and changing your perspective to live a better life. And I grew up with a family. I love my family, great people. But I grew up with this perspective. They always focus on everything going wrong. They always focus on what's not right. Oh my gosh, can you believe this happened to Uncle Jimmy, right? Can you believe this happened? I can't. And it was little things, but it was always focused on what's going wrong, what's not right in their life. And I grew up with this, like looking at the world this way, with this perspective of the world. Everything's wrong. Everything's bad. Right? I played a victim in my life for so many years. So in my talk, I'm going to share about that time in my life that sucked, that was hard, but I want to share that experience to show how I overcame it and really started my own healing journey, my transformational journey. And, growing up with always looking for the bad, growing up with such a negative mindset, you kind of live not the best life. You kind of live every day is just kind of ho-hum or something bad's going to happen. This person did this to me. This thing happened to me. So we're going to talk about changing how you view life. Life is for you, and taking that ownership, the ownership that I talked about, owning your life, your past, your present, your future. You're going to take that ownership for your life and take every experience you've been through, the good, the bad, the ugly, the sad, and own it so that you can be free. You can feel free and you can be you and you can live an authentic life. And so I know this was shared. My motto in life and in business is, if you want a different ending, tell a different story. And we all have the power to change our story. We all have the power to change our life. We just need the courage to do it. And we're all meant to be that main character. We're all meant to be the hero in our life, in our story. And I think it's time we as women, we step up, we take control, and we do that. So I'm so excited for March. I'm so excited to be one of the speakers amongst all the incredible speakers. I don't know if whoever's joining today, if you've been to these past showcases before, but every single speaker has an incredible story, and they're bringing fire, they're bringing passion, and they're bringing purpose to their talks. And I cannot wait. So sign up for March, because it is going to be truly, truly amazing. So thank you, Raymonda, for all the love and support you've given me, all the speakers, and to all of the women who are in this community and who are coming. So we will see you all in March.
Oh, thank you, Jessica. I love it. You gave me goosebumps, and it's just so empowering. I heard your story. It's so inspirational. I can't wait. And you're coming back second year around to be a Women Thrive speaker again. And this time with even more powerful story than before. So I can't wait for your talk, and I hope ladies do sign up to hear it. Thank you so much, Jessica.
Such amazing energy. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing this and being such an inspirational speaker. So many inspirational speakers on this summit. So I don't think anyone can not want to sign up who's here. So our next speaker is a former Silicon Valley businesswoman, Deepika Sandu. She's also the author of Hello Universe, It's Me. And she's mum to a sassy 8-year-old girl. She advises fast-moving, high-growth companies as they inspire the world with innovation. And through her book, courses, and speaking events, she also teaches overworked, exhausted, and overwhelmed professionals how to turn their burnout into life-changing breakthroughs. And I think she has her own story about this killing it, this expression that's used a lot in that kind of stressful environment. She also can help you how to transform your everyday life, one shift at a time, not needing any guru, shaman, or travels to exotic places, although some of us like to do that too, but I'm sure we don't have to. We can do it all from the comfort of our home and computer. So Deepika, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It is such an honor to be on this platform. Here's the thing, ladies. I did everything right. Everything. I got good grades in school, check. I went to a good college, check. I did good at college. I got a good job out of college. I kept getting promoted at that job, check, 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 check. I kept doing all the things. And when it came to finding Mr. Right, I dated like it was a professional sport, right? I had to find the man, I had to find the life that I was meant to lead. So I did that too. Had the husband, had the kid, had the house, had the nice cars, quite literally had it all. But then one day, as I'm sitting there looking at all the stuff that I had, all the stuff my parents told me I needed to have, all the stuff social media tells me I needed to have, everything teachers told me, all the other working mamas seem to have all these things too. None of it was making me happy. And I found myself sitting in my closet, crying, sobbing, wondering why, if I did everything right, if I checked all the boxes, if I did all the things, why was I sitting here now and none of it? Why was none of it resonating? So being a type A super corporate professional, I was like, okay, I need to sort this out. I need to get underneath this life that I'm living. So I'm going to schedule a breakdown. So sitting there in my closet crying, I was like, when do I have time? When can I sort out this crazy life that I'm living? That was January, and I couldn't find time till June, but I scheduled it in anyways. And I created my own scheduled breakdown to get underneath the life that I was living and move into the life that I knew I needed to be. And so I created this time and this space in my life to quite literally schedule a breakdown and be underneath that life. And what that meant for me was taking time off of work, right? I told work that I was going to take 4 weeks off for my 40th birthday, 1 week for every decade, because that seemed palatable to people, like they could understand that. And to my friends and family, I was like, oh, work's giving me a sabbatical. And they're like, oh, that's cool. You're taking 4 weeks off from work. That's nice. But really, in the end of the day, what was it? It was my scheduled breakdown. I couldn't tell anybody about it, but I peeled away all that busyness, all that noise, all that frenetic pace that I was living in those 4 weeks. And I got underneath it all and I slowed it way down. And the reason I say I couldn't fly off to Italy or Indonesia or India or anywhere else to go find myself is I had a little kid at home and I wanted to find myself right there inside my everyday life. And I did. I scheduled that breakdown. I manifested a new life. And I'm here today living from that space. And in my talk at the Women Thrive Summit, I'm going to show everyone who's there how I did that. How did I go from who I was to who I am today? What were the steps? What was the process? What was the method that I used and that I teach other people to use to let go of that freneticness, to let go of that chaoticness, and to really find out who you are and what you want and what you need in your life each and every day. And here's the thing, I had to schedule a breakdown, but out there, you guys all just got a breakdown courtesy of the pandemic, right? Whether you wanted to change your life or didn't want to change your life, the pandemic quite literally forced us all to slow down, right? You had to decide who you liked and who you didn't like and who you wanted in your pod and were actually going to connect with. You had to decide how you wanted to live, how you wanted to work, how you wanted to connect with people, who was even important to actually connect with. All of that happened during the course of this pandemic. It forced all of us to look at ourselves and how we are living and getting underneath all of that. So whether you wanted to do it or didn't do it, you got the exposure to all of that during the course of this pandemic. So when I speak at the Women Thrive Summit, which I am so excited about, I am going to be talking about how to schedule that breakdown, how to move from where you are today to where you want to be. And here's the thing, I lived from my checklist. I was checking boxes. I checked them all. But what I want you guys to do out there is figure out what are your hearts next to. Stop checking the boxes, put the hearts next to the things that actually matter and make that the life that you're going to live. So thank you, Raimonda, for giving me this platform. I am so honored and so excited to be part of it.
Thank you so much. And I was just watching how the ladies were reacting to your story. For the first time when I heard it, I could not believe it. And thank you so much for sharing it. It's so impactful. I'm so grateful to have you on this platform and inspiring and empowering other women. So thank you, Deepika. I can't wait to see you on the showcase at the summit.
Thank you.
Great. Raymond, do you want me to go next?
We have, hold on a minute. We'll have Claudia introducing.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Eleanor, so lovely to see you again here. So Eleanor, who you saw right at the beginning, speaking also, she has a Russian Siberian background. So being brought up in Siberia during communist times with all the possible mindset issues that come with that, and being also the youngest and only female across the world's largest boardroom tables. She's a very experienced serial entrepreneur with over 20 years of experience and bought and sold over 50 companies worth up to 10 billion. Wow. So Eleanor, what are you going to talk about?
Yeah,
today?
sure. Well, thank you for that. That's beautiful. But yes, I had quite a journey, certainly quite a journey. But you know what inspires me the most and what drives me now is really supporting women become incredibly wealthy to the point that they have so much impact and creation to give. And really, I feel so honored to be able to support female-run businesses to create the life they want, create the wealth they want, and create the impact and freedom that they want. Yeah, mindset issues, limiting belief, you name it, I had it. In fact, when I was growing up, when I was 10 years old, my teacher told me that the best thing you could be would be a local secretary of the local factory. And years later, I found myself as the youngest and the only female across the world's largest boardroom tables. I've bought and sold over 50 companies worth of 10 billion US dollars. And it's been an amazing experience, you know. Really, when you buy a company, you get to really see hundreds of businesses in the process, to really open the leads to hundreds of businesses and really get to see what's happening inside, what is really working, what is really creating the sales or not creating the sales. Honestly, the stories I can tell you, the horror stories I can tell you, but also the stories of success. I remember, you know, there was one of the experiences I had is opening the leads. You come to this business, right? And you expect to see from Instagram stories, champagne parties, private jets. But actually, when you open the leads of the business, you get to see that the founder is trapped within it. The founder cannot exit, cannot scale, hating their clients, hating their customers. And that's the worst thing that can actually possibly happen, really being completely trapped within your business. But then you get to see other stories, super successful businesses. And I remember there was one day, and I told this story, I think, a couple of months ago when we had this speaker showcase. It was a time in my life where I recently had my son. So I'm still breastfeeding, and it was particularly difficult transaction we were working at. You know, I was in the office at 7 o'clock in the morning. I was working till 9 o'clock at night. I was physically exhausted. I'm pumping breast milk every hour. And, you know, any ladies here who knows what it's like to be pumping breast milk, especially when your baby's not around, it's really excruciating experience. And I'm sitting in the toilet cubicles, pumping breast milk out of my breast with my tears streaming down my face, really feeling so low, so demotivated, but also just so empty inside. And that was the moment in my life where we were trying to sell this business. We're opening the lead to this business, and it's incredible inside. Truly incredible, super low cost of acquisition, incredible amount of customers. They all love this business. They stay with this business for life. The customers are the best sales force for the business. And I remember thinking, this is incredible. We've never seen anything like that before. And I'm trying to book a meeting because, of course, this is a big transaction. I have to speak to the CEO and the founder quite a bit. And I remember trying to book a meeting with, and there was a woman called Emily. It's a female-run business. And I'm trying to book a meeting with Emily. And I'm speaking to a secretary, and I'm like, right, I need to really find the time. It's really urgent stuff happening. I need to speak to Emily. And her secretary was like, well, it's really difficult. I don't think I'm going to be able to find any time this week. I mean, Emily only works from 10 o'clock in the morning till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. She has 4 children, and she does all the pickups and drop off of her children herself. And I remember I was so shocked. At that point, I've never seen that quality of a business, that quality of scalability of system, that price tag on the business with the founder setting up those kind of limits. And I wanted to know everything that was about her. What is it that she did? How could she do it? And this is the start of my journey where I got completely obsessed about creating a business, not just wealthy, not by thriving, but also creating this freedom to the female founder. And that's been my journey ever since, really picking out those key elements, the key elements that Emily got to implement, that really gives you the success. what's really repeating framework. And that's what I was able to put into my signature framework, Powerhouse CEO. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you ladies during the summit. How to create this business that you want, business that you dream of, business that will get you so excited in a way that's powerful, consistent, sustainable, that you can scale, can give you wealth and wealth to your children to come, but also will give you freedom. That's what I'm all about. I will show you how to stop 90% of stuff that you're doing, 90% of stuff that you're doing, double your business, do less with key tools that I'll be sharing you during the summit. And you know, my biggest fear in life is really coming to the end of my life, on my 80th birthday and looking back on my journey and wishing I took the chances, wishing I took the steps, wishing I went all in when opportunity came about, and having the deep sense of regret that I didn't. And that deep sense of regret that I will do everything in my power to avoid. And that deep sense of regret, I will do everything in my power to help other women avoid as well. And, you know, I'd love to see you in March. And, you know, one of the reasons I'm so passionate about this summit is why it's so important to really come together like this, because no matter where you are in your business or in your journey or in your life, sometimes all you need is one talk, one message, one connection to take you to the next level. If I can leave you with one thing, your dreams are so much closer than you think they are. If you could only see how close they are, you would move so much quicker, so much quicker. So I hope to see you in March. It's going to be super powerful, and the people you will meet, the connections you will have, and you might be having that one talk, one inspiration that will be your next big breakthrough. Super excited.
Thank you, Elena. I appreciate you, and I look forward to hearing your talk. So empowering. And as we talked about, having that financial freedom is just so, so important. So I know what you're going to be teaching is just going to be transforming lives of others. So I appreciate you. Claudia, over to you to introduce our next speaker.
Yes, I'm, oh gosh, so much good stuff here. So our next speaker is Deborah Hamilton, B. Hamilton. She's the CEO and founder of Nurture Your Love. So she's created a married women's forum on Thursdays to help women find themselves and enhance their marriage. And her passion has always been to help busy women and married couples learn how to communicate better, understand their expectations, and learn how to forgive. So this also leads to better self-esteem and creating intimacy in their relationships. So many married couples, of course, struggle. And so her work is all about bridging the gap that's causing the disconnection. She is a relationship and intimacy coach, and she's helping couples find that spark they had when they first met, and who doesn't want to keep that spark alive? So welcome, Deborah.
Let me come off of mute. Thank you. I am so excited, so elated to be a part of this event. I always come from humility and being so humble to be with so many wonderful women. I mean, this whole day has been amazing. Everyone who has spoken, the passion that you have for what you do, and being able to actually help other people, help other women. And that's what it's all about, to empower each other, to actually be there for each other. So I'm just so honored and humbled to be here, to be one of the speakers. And one of the things that, like Claudia was mentioning, that I am a relationship and intimacy coach. And I've always wanted to help couples stay together. I always wanted to help women to be able to have a happy, wonderful marriage. And even if it's not marriage, it's a relationship, right? We all struggle, we all go through our changes. And a lot of us were talking about childhood trauma and what that looks like, and the things that we had to go through as children to get to where we are today. I normally don't share my story. I just keep it and actually build off of it, because I'm not a victim and I don't live as a victim, but it does affect me. So I just wanted to share a little bit about me. I grew up in a domestic violence household. I had to deal with a alcoholic stepfather, and he was not the nicest person when he drank, right? So those are the things I would, and then when you look at your household and you look at what's going on in your household, and then you actually look at what's going on outside your household, and you're surrounded by a lot of people who really are married or in relationships, but really are struggling, really don't know how to handle it, what to do. So as I grew up, I told myself, I'm never going to be these people, right? I'm not going to have this type of relationship. I'm going to be totally different. And so I winded up being in the corporate world at 17. And as I grew up there. As I grew up there, I noticed that it's like everybody that I met was struggling in their relationship. It was something going on, like they didn't like their spouse, or they didn't know what to do when certain situations came about. And so I was really intrigued, really interested on how to, figure that out. And when you don't have the best models when you're growing up, you struggle. And I just, like I said before, I was determined that I was not going to be my mother, number one, and that I was not going to be the people around me. Well, ha, ha, ha. The joke was on me, because I got married when I was 22, and I just knew I knew everything, right? Of course, I knew nothing, because you think about what your experiences are, and your experiences are that everybody is dysfunctional. So in my marriage, guess what? I was dysfunctional. I struggled like everybody else. But because I knew I didn't want that for myself, I did everything possible. I love psychology today. So I constantly read Psychology Today. I looked at everything about marriage. So I realized that I had to change me. I was the common denominator. I was the one who had to make the decision to do something different, to actually dig deep within myself, to know that this is who I am, but this is not who I have to be. And that's the key. We don't have to be who we are today. We can change who we are today. We can be someone different, only if we take the time to do it. And that's what I loved about everybody's talk today, is everyone recognized that they can be different, that they can do something different than what they were, some of the things that they've done before, they've changed, but it's all inside of us and being willing to change ourselves. So I just have this huge passion to help people, to really help them to see marriage can be wonderful. Marriage can be awesome. It's all a matter of looking at ourselves, of being able to say, I want to be different. Being able to say, this is not good, and I'm willing to make the changes necessary. Forget about your spouse. Of course, they play a huge role in this, right? However, but when you change yourself, you see the changes in them because they're looking at you. And that's going to be part of what I'm going to be talking about in my talk in March, which I'm so excited about because of Ramonda. It is, are you the secret to a successful marriage? And you're going to find different tips and suggestions on how you can be the secret to your marriage and to have a successful marriage, because that's what it's all about. We decided, we stood before God or whomever, right? Our families, our friends, and we said that we love this person, that we want to honor this person, that we want to live with this person forever, right? But then guess what? Life gets in the way. Life gets in the way. It causes us to, lose our focus, lose our love, lose our ability to be able to communicate with our spouse, with our significant other. However, you can do something about it. You can make those changes. You can remember why you married the person you married, why you're with the person you're with, how that person really meant something to you in the beginning and how that person can mean something to you now. So ladies, I am so excited to be here. It means so much to me to be a part of this summit. I can't wait for March for the Women Thrive Summit. I am so looking forward to it. But I just want to say one thing. I am so proud of everyone because guess what you did today? You showed up for yourself. Let's sit up a little higher and give ourselves credit for showing up and for saying that I'm important enough to be here, that I'm important enough to speak for the speakers that are here, and that I am so willing to show up to learn more and how I can be a better person, a better wife, a better CEO, whatever you want to be. You showed up to do it. And I'm just so happy to be here and so happy to be a part of your journey in helping you to be that successful secret in your marriage. So thank you, thank you, thank you for letting me be a part of this.
Woohoo, Deborah, thank you so much. I'm clapping for you. I'm so excited for your talk. I just love every time you speak, it just, my heart gets a little bit full. So, and I've been part of your training for the Married Women's Network, and it's just such an amazing energy that you have. So I'm excited about your talk, a phenomenal topic. And of course, you're a coming back speaker. So you have been on our platform before as our speaker, and I'm very excited about you coming back and delivering a different talk this time around. Thank you.
Amazing. Yes. Amazing. Amazing. So we have, is it one more speaker now? We've got Kim Woods, who is another woman with a lot of very impressive business experience, 25 years of C business experience, also advising over 150 corporate executives, influenced over 300,000 team members, transformed 350 business leaders. I mean, the CVs these women have, it's incredible. She's also known as the intuitive business strategist. She's an author and she teaches high-performing entrepreneurs to know, like, and trust themselves, creating radical levels of satisfaction in every aspect of their lives. So welcome also to this showcase, Kim.
This is where you lean in and you get ready and then you find yourself muted. So here we are. I found my voice. So happy to be, here. And I'm the last speaker today, right, Ramonda? So I'm bringing up an amazing group of women. And I'm so happy that you've all stayed and we can do some networking in a little bit. But my speaking and my team and my work is not about me. It's all about you. So for those of you who are still here, whether you're showing your videos or you're not showing your videos, I would like to do a little exercise with you. As Claudia introduced me, she talked to me about knowing, liking, and trusting yourself. And I want to give you just a little specket of what that feels like, just because, Deborah gave me the perfect lead in. She gave me that oh, everybody sit up straight. You showed up here for yourself. So now I just want to extend that further. I want you to put your hands on your heart. I want you to take a nice deep breath. And I want you to think of one thing that you're really proud of about yourself. Whatever first comes to mind is perfect. I want you to have it mull in your mind a little bit. I want you to savor it. I want you to roll it around in your mouth. And then if you want to share, you may. You can put it in the chat because then we can all see you and we can all celebrate you and we can all, show and bear witness to who you are. Oh, we're going to do this 2 more times because remember I said know, like, and trust. There's a method here. And so once again, kind of put your hands on your heart. Take a nice deep breath. I want you to think about what you're always complimented on. People might say, and it could be, you wear great earrings, doesn't matter, whatever it is, what you're always complimented it on and how you can step into appreciating that about yourself too. Maybe it's you have a great smile. Maybe that it is you're a powerhouse. Maybe it is that you show up. Maybe it is that you're here today. Maybe any of those things. It could even be, maybe it is that, you're always have this little quirk or something. And again, I am going to invite you to share. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. If you want to like create a little bit greater community, because we'll go ahead and splash in some zhuzh, because that's about my work too. Then finally, one more. Again, hands on heart. I would like you to think of something that you really trust. What's bedrock for you? And this doesn't have to be internal. This could be external first, like the sun always rises, or my husband always delivers me a cup of coffee in the morning, or my puppy always wakes me up and has to go to the bathroom and I have to get out of bed way too early. Whatever that is, there's something that you know that you can rely on. And then I'd like you to think of something that you trust about yourself that's always true for you. And it could even be you're always running 3 minutes late, but it's part of your charm. Whatever that is, that we're really leaning into you. We're really opening yourself up from going to the mind, then down to the heart, and then down to your will and in your belly. So I would love to, okay, I love this. A big heart. And of course, Deborah, her husband, right? Like 100%, that's the work that she does. I'm gonna out a few people because I've got my team on with me. Oh, I've got Linnell here too. Okay, you guys can share. I know you're not on video, but you guys can share too. So we can just zhuzh everybody up, right? And this is so wonderful and beautiful because guess what? When you know, like, and trust yourself and you really wear yourself, you are a magnet for the marketplace. Not only are you happier and you're more fulfilled and you're more satisfied, but you actually attract power and wealth and clients to you. And so it is all about you. And with that, I am going to roll us out of this speaker showcase and roll us right into the networking. I can't wait to be here in March. I will share my story and I will share all the things and we'll go through many tips. But the best thing is I get to be with you. And I have loved every minute of this. Rwanda has set up the most delicious summit experience ever. So thank you for letting me be part of it.
Thank you, Kim. Clapping for you. I love how powerfully you came in and just created this whole experience. And intuition is so important for us as women, as business owners. And the more we exercise, really know yourself, trust yourself. And it's just so important that when we start to trust that feeling, everything changes in our decision making. And I'm very excited about your talk. So do make sure you connect with Kim. And also that you book your spot for the Women Thrive Summit happening in March. I'm very excited because we have more than 30 amazing speakers. We have 6 days of event. And I know that some of the ladies that attended last year have transformed their businesses. We'll be talking about women empowerment, how to become more visible. You've heard some of the ladies today. There's so much more to it. And each and every one of our speakers have some amazing gifts for you. Anything from training to resources to book calls with them. So you get to chat and attend these sessions live. So the speakers that you really like the most, you can attend their talks and actually connect with them. And you may even get on a spot coaching right there and then during these sessions. Now the tickets, like I said, you have 3 options to book your ticket. So do make sure you go over to the womenthrivesummit.com website and grab your spot today. So next, we are going into networking. I want to ask you if everyone is happy to network today. And if anybody is feeling like would like to share something before we go into networking about today's showcase. I could call some names and just see how you're feeling, or we can go on to networking. Let me know in the chat if networking isn't something that you would like to do, and I'm happy to bring you back here with me. I know a lot of you are off camera. Ideally, you may want to put the camera on for networking. So what will happen is we are going to break people out into breakout rooms. So that means we're going to send you off into your own little groups to connect with other people in this community, in this call today. So I would definitely recommend that you put on the camera. If you're not able to, that's okay as well. You can just use your audio. If you're unable to participate, let the ladies know in your group. I will be splitting off people into, oh, we got people dropping off, like, clearly not everyone wanting to network. Amazing, amazing. And so we're going to break out the rooms into, I'll break it up in 6 rooms and see what happens. So you might have 3 or 4 people. You have approximately 10 minutes to network. So that means about 2 to 3, maybe 4 minutes, depending on how many people are breaking up into the rooms. So you get to network, choose someone to do timekeeping. So maybe someone with the shortest hair to do timekeeping. So let's see how many people you have in your room. I will bring you all back 10 to 12 minutes back into the main room here. Make sure you connect. What I'd love for you to do is tell people what you do, maybe something a little bit more personal about yourself, what your passions are, and just to really make those connections, because it's the power of connections and networking and the community that's really, really powerful when we do this. So who's ready? Let me know. I see some very excited faces. Okay, so let's see how many rooms we can break off. Usually after breakout rooms, people come back just so excited and jazzed up. So let's see, how many rooms? 6 or 7? Maybe I'll do 7. Okay, I'll see you all back here in a little while. Good luck. Should be all going off now, so have fun. Amazing. I can see a few of you here, just making sure if anybody wants to have a chat with me or anything you want to ask me, let me know, but you all should be going off to your rooms now. Yeah, I'm excited to have so many of you here for the summit. I hope everyone is gone off to your rooms. Let's have a look. Let me know if you haven't got a room. If you are here, hold on. Let's see if we can move you to. Some ladies may have not wanted to network, which is fine. Let me see if we can move along to another room. Move to. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I am good. You did not have another person in your room?
No, I'm just seeing only you.
Oh, okay. Let me bring somebody else with us here as well. I think some ladies may have, oh, okay. Some ladies may have not joined the rooms. Let's see what happened. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. So who do we have? How are you? Where are you joining us from?
From Nigeria.
Nice. How are you enjoying this event?
Fine. I'm just joining for the first time.
Oh, wonderful. Where did you find it?
On Facebook.
Oh, fantastic. Tell me more about yourself.
Well, I'm an educator. I'm an entrepreneur also. I'm a school proprietress. I own a school, nursery, primary, and secondary. I'm also a publisher of educational textbooks.
Oh, wow.
I also have a company. I'm the CEO of the Virtue Series Publishers. And I'm planning to start a women program.
Oh,
Something
wow.
like that.
Amazing.
Yeah, I put up a center, but I was distracted last year because I was studying. I was running my master's program, so I have to put it on hold. But I just finished my exam 2 weeks ago. So I'm looking forward to starting something this year.
Oh, wow. So what is the program about?
That's women networking, women empowerment.
Amazing. Are quite a lot of women doing business there? Is it around business or is it more different kind of empowerment?
Around business. I'm already part of a women school proprietress. I just want to say I can bring other women together and hold each other's hand and learn from each other.
Oh, wow.
The business.
Nice. Well, nice to have you here. Nice to connect with you, get to know you. We have Aloha here. Hi, Aloha.
Hi, Ray. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hi.
Hi, Boss Ade, right?
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm fine, thanks. I was just being mom, sorry. So that's why. Cleaning
great.
and cooking and
That's
making.
okay.
Yeah.
My eldest isn't feeling well, so I was trying to take care of him.
How is it? He or she?
He. So I've got two he's and one she.
You're doing great. I have 6 boys.
Whoa!
6 boys, did you say?
6 boys.
Oh
my
God.
goodness. Boss Ade, where are you? Where do you live?
I live in Nigeria, the northern part of Nigeria.
Oh, wow. I schooled in Benue State. And then I did my youth service in Kaduna, but I live in Scotland now.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
I schooled in Jos, University of Jos.
Yeah, my brothers and sister went to University of Jos. Fred Amata, Zach Amata, and Erumen Amata.
So they are great Josites.
Yeah, Josite.
Well, I live in Katsina.
Okay.
Served in Ondo State.
Amazing. Good to see you for the summit. Have you registered for the summit?
No, I just got to know about it today.
All right. Oh, you need to register for the summit because it's going to be amazing.
Okay.
I'm looking for. So Aloha is one of our speakers. You haven't seen her today, but Aloha is one of our speakers. She's in Scotland. She's a broadcaster, an author, and also visibility coach. So
wow.
All about.
Thanks, Ray. Ray, tonight has just been. I mean, I think most of the speakers have just been speaking to me tonight, and I'm like, wow, I can't wait for the summit. It's just been so powerful. Yeah.
I would like to be there.
Yeah, you have to be there, Doctor. Are you on Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we can connect and talk more, but you should register and
I
attend
will.
conference. Yeah.
Yes, I
So
can't
I've been part of Global Women.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes, but I would love to be part of this too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, maybe one day we'll do some events in Nigeria. I'd love to.
Oh, right. Yeah, Ray. Let's go.
Two Nigerian ladies.
Let's go, Ray.
I've been to Ghana before. I loved it so much.
You would love Nigeria. Nigeria, they're gonna spoil you rotten.
Yeah.
My sister did. She came back like 10 stones.
I know. They will feed you. They'll feed you.
We went to Ghana for 2 weeks and then she went off to Nigeria and oh my God, we came back just like this.
Yeah, African food.
The funny thing is, I got off the plane because you would never experience the heat like that. You get off the plane and everything sticks to your body and I'm like, was this from the plane, the heat from the plane? And then you realize it's just the heat of Africa.
I haven't been in years. Last time I went was for my mom's funeral. So I'm believing and trusting I will go this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
To Benue, right?
No. I'm not from Benue. I just schooled there.
From where?
I'm from Delta State.
Okay. That's great. I'm from Ondo.
Okay.
Yeah, but I spent most of my life in the northern part of the country.
Wow, that's amazing. I spent my time in Warri, Lagos, Kaduna when I did my youth service. Yeah.
That's fun. That's great.
Yeah, so great to
All right,
connect with you.
let's connect with you too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Awesome.
I don't know, what time did we break off to the rooms? I didn't even see the time to be honest. Should we broadcast a message? I don't know, but yeah. Well, I'm based in Spain at the minute, and I'm enjoying the heat and the beach, and yeah, I've been hosting events for 5 years and doing
Wow.
speaking.
Honestly, Ray inspires me so much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like a powerful woman this night.
Yeah.
It's been a journey, you know, like many of the ladies shared in today's talks, been through my own challenges and struggles and feeling like an imposter and losing my own voice. And this is how me and Carolina connected. I actually lost my voice as well.
Oh, Carolina's story was so powerful. Wow.
You know,
Wow.
you know, I cried many times when I was interviewing the speakers, and Colette's story for me is so beautiful as well. Colette's just an amazing.
Everyone.
Everyone's, you know, everyone has a powerful story, and
Yeah.
it's just when we come together. I mean, we used to do live events, and live events, of course, are just wonderful. But now the next best thing is virtually. But now we get to do it. Like, look, we're all from different parts of the world.
Yeah.
How So it's just really, really exciting that we have this virtual platform and able to do it together. So yeah, I will broadcast the mission.
Oh, beautiful.
I think.
Okay.
Is it you, Aloha?
Yeah.
Wow.
I got the timings mixed up. Nigeria is 1 hour ahead of us now, but I forgot completely. One of the girls I support just released a song today, and she wanted me to be on her Instagram live to talk about the song. And there I was cooking and getting the kids dinner ready. I didn't realize that, oh, it's actually our 6:30, not 7:30, I thought. So yeah.
Time zones are crazy.
I know. All good. It's all good. It's all good. So this is the last speaker showcase before the event, right?
This is the last speaker showcase.
I love this showcase. You know, it's just beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, we get to hear, you know, just the snippets of the stories, which is
great.
And then, you know, during the summit, what we will have is the panels. So we'll have speakers throughout the day for people who want to have deep dive into each session, you know, hear their talks. It's around 40 minutes for each speaker, 45 minutes. 40.
Oh, perfect. I was going to ask.
Yeah, each speaker can deep dive into the topic. And then at the end of the day, we're going to have networking. Networking at the beginning of the day, we're going to have networking at the end of the day, and also panels. So panels is quite cool because we get to really take questions, discuss things, and connect to the speakers and the audience. Although the audience will be like this present, but the panels are always a bit more fun and engaging.
Yeah, and it's all through the day, right?
Throughout the day, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Great stuff.
Yeah.
How many days?
6 days. We are going from the afternoon till the evening because we're catering for the US audience as well.
Yeah.
So we'll be going off till quite late, I think till 10 UK time or so.
10 UK time.
Yeah.
Powerful. And it's so good because my kids are off that week. So they're off for Easter. So no school runs or running about. So that's good.
Yeah.
We're still in school here in Nigeria.
Yeah. All right, it's been great
Find a way.
connecting with you, Boss a Day. Hook you up
Yeah.
on Instagram, yeah.
See you there.
And thank you, Ray, again for this opportunity.
You're welcome.
It's my pleasure, everyone.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Thank
meet you.
you.
Bye.
Bye. Say hi.
This season. Hello, hello, welcome. Good to see you. I was in a networking room myself, so I'm usually left alone here in the main room, but today I got to network. We had Aloho and Bossy with us. Well, welcome back. I see you all coming back. Oh, hello, Mayuri. Good to see you.
Hey, nice there. I'm not prepared with a good outfit and stuff. It was just.
That's okay. You don't have to feel self-conscious. I'm sure. Did you make some nice connections, Mayuri?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They're very nice. It was Debbie and that's the other person, two of us, three of us. It was very, I would say, soul finding kind of. We were resonating what we were saying. That was really. And thank you for putting up this showcase, and definitely very informative.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad you feel inspired and you made some nice connections. You know, this is just really just a taster. I wanted to make sure that, you know, the event in March is amazing. We're leading up to it, but between now and then, we put 3 speaker showcases for people to meet our speakers and kind of just get insights and experience of like a snippet of experience of what the actual event is going to be like. Right. For you to connect with few people, you know, connections really is everything. We have grown our community over the last few years to really a global network of women. We have previous speakers. We have, I think we hosted more than 300 speakers on our community so far on our platform. And they, you know, some of the speakers keep coming back to be speakers again or just be part of the community. So it's wonderful to have you all here as our attendees. I always love to meet you. So I'm glad you all kind of put your cameras on. It's very exciting. Where are you joining us from, Mayuri?
Houston, you asked.
Yeah. Amazing.
I'm in Houston too. Hello.
I was going to say,
I'm like, wait a minute, hey.
The weather has been wild. It's very cold today, right?
It's freezing today. I feel like we can have all 4 seasons in like one day here. It's so wild.
I love it. I will call, thank you, Jan. I see your question about future speakers. We'll talk about that in just a moment. I want to hear from some of the ladies that we haven't heard from before and whose cameras I see. Steph, would love to hear from you. Where are you joining us from and how is your networking experience?
Hi, I'm from the UK. I work actually with Kim Woods, and but I have just loved hearing what everyone's going to be talking about. I think that the power of women coming together is just the most incredible experience, and you seem to have got together the most amazing lineup of inspirational women. I can't wait to hear more. Hearing all those little snippets, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to make sure that I catch that. So I will definitely be trying to find everyone on LinkedIn or on Instagram or something and start following you guys, because amazing, absolutely amazing. Can't wait to connect.
I love that. I love that. It's, you know, you have enjoyed this experience and it's lovely to meet you. I see Bossetti. Would you like to share how is your experience?
Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, where are you joining us from and how's your experience so far?
I'm joining from Nigeria. It's my first time and it's amazing. I'm so happy. I just stumbled to the program this evening and I said, let me take a try, and I'm impressed and encouraged and inspired by what I've seen so far. And I'll be registering for the summit immediately after this.
Oh, thank you. Good to meet you.
I was able to connect with 2 new people, and they are wonderful. Fortunately for me, one of them is my sister from Nigeria also. Hello. And also thank you for Raymond. You're an inspiration. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you so much. And we were in our networking room, so we got to know each other a little bit and the amazing things you're doing. And you're strong on women empowerment and want to do more things in that area. So I'm definitely looking forward to connecting with you more and supporting each and every one of you on your journeys. We were in the room with Aloha, who's also our speaker. But before we go to say hi to Aloha, we'd love to say hello to Debbie. How was your experience in the networking? Where are you from? Maybe a little bit about yourself.
I live in Laurel, Maryland, and I've been doing network marketing on and off for a few years. This time I'm with actually a mental wellness company that helps heal your gut, your heart, and your brain. And I really, it's interesting. I'm gonna have to look at the price, to be honest. How much is it?
It's £100 to be one of the first tickets to join the event.
100. How much is that in dollars?
Ooh, not sure.
Okay, I'll look it up. That's okay. But I was in a breakout room that my dad was in the Navy. So we got used to, I mean, I moved around till I was 8. I mean, I'm 64 now, but I can't, you continue to grow throughout your whole life. And I've always loved meeting people and everything. So, I mean, I think the speakers sound very interesting. I have done some trauma healing and all of that. So yeah, it's very, very, very nice. I'm also an occupational therapist, retired, full-time work anyway with kids. After COVID, I may go back. I don't know, but anyway, so yeah, this is always great.
Good to meet you, Debbie. Lovely to have you here. Get to know a little bit more about you. I have been in Maryland before, I think, quite a few years back. So yeah, it's
or Annapolis.
Sorry,
Baltimore, Annapolis, Washington.
Baltimore.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah.
I'm based in Spain at the minute. I lived in London for 20 years, but now I'm based in Spain. Yes, who else? Anybody else who would like to share something from your networking experience? Aloha, would you like to share a little bit? Or anybody else who would like to unmute and let us know how was your experience of this event? Any questions you may have?
Yeah, I'm one of the speakers at the summit, and honestly, tonight was so powerful, and I could relate with every speaker. I know what I find unique about this event is that everybody's story, as much as it's different, you find out that we've all passed through the same journeys. I don't know if that makes sense. So it was just really powerful tonight. And then the networking, getting to meet my sister, Bossa Day, that was amazing. So I'm looking forward to March, super excited. I'm going to be running some Instagram lives in the month of March just to celebrate women, and I'm going to be speaking with some of the speakers on the summit, and hopefully we talk more about what we're going to be sharing during the summit. But I'm going to be talking about my journey. I'm going to be sharing my experience and how I had to beat the stereotypes to create a brand that's so visible and impacting other people.
Oh, thank you, Aloha. Can't wait. You have a powerful story. You've been through a lot, and yeah, I think it's so amazing that, as you say, we go through so many things in life, and then it becomes a legacy. It becomes something that we can use to empower and inspire others. And each and every one of you have something unique. I want to say just thank you to all of you who may not have your cameras on. Totally understand. I want to have a quick shout out to Steph, Nikki, Mayuri, Jen, Ines, Loho, Bossetti, Deborah, Claudia, Amanda, Alexandra, Debbie, and Carolina, who's still here. Thank you so much for all sticking around. We'll be doing just some closing notes in a moment. I found a quote yesterday on one of our speakers' walls that really inspired me and kind of brought the essence of what we're doing and what this whole community and the summit is about. And I really see these words as a powerful words to be guided by. So Alexandra, thank you so much for finding this amazing quote. I think I shared it across everywhere because I loved it so much. But it really encapsulates the essence of why we are here, what we're doing. So I just want to read the quote that says, "A vision came to me. A vision of a world where women rise together in sisterhood, where we cherish and honor the sacred bond of the divine feminine, where we fiercely have each other's backs and know when women come together, the ground will shake and the world will be transformed." That's by M. Atkinson and shared by Alexandra. Thank you so much for this quote.
Yes, absolutely. It touched me when I found it. You know, the universe just like pops things up in front of you and you're just like the goosebumps and all the things. And that's what happens with this quote. And she's actually also a coach. So I ended up kind of connecting with her as well and getting to talk to her. So it all just came full circle. So yeah, it's such a great word. It's beautiful.
It's like, and that's what I have seen through the power of this community and the network, that we fiercely have each other's back. And we're not perfect. We may not be healed. We may still be on this journey of finding our truth, finding, you know, our sweet spot in life, in our relationships. We're still growing, transforming together. But that's the one thing, we have each other's back. We're all working towards the same goal and same mission to empower each other, to create a safe space, to make a difference, to make that ground shake. Because again, when we come together, we're not looking here to be competing or tearing each other down. We are here to actually raise each other up. Some of these ladies have amazing experiences, have achieved so much, but it's that mentality of let's bring everyone else along with us. Let's empower each other and ourselves. Claudia, thank you for being my co-host today. And I know you deeply share this thought as well and these values. Tell me a little bit more.
Yes, thanks for letting me share this beautiful stage of with these women and get to introduce them. I mean, this lifting as we rise, that is from Angela Davis, who was a Black Panther activist but way back in the 70s. I think there was this idea in the 80s that there was the slogan, "Lift as you climb." No, rise, lift as, no, it wasn't lifting, it was rising. It's like climbing to the top of the ladder, because women were still experiencing, and we still experience, this glass ceiling. And she turned it around and said, rather than stepping on each other as we're trying to get to the top of this very competitive male-dominated world, we have to lift each other up as we rise, because that is really the only way. The old way doesn't work anymore. We know that. We see that everywhere. And this is why summits like this are very powerful, because they allow us to, and we've seen today, so much uniqueness in every single woman's story and so much common ground. And this is I believe the healthy ecosystem of the planet, when we have this amount of uniqueness and diversity, because that's what we are. That's it's our nature. It is nature. It is it's human nature. So I'm very happy to be part of this, and thank you, Ramonda, for your great hand in curating and picking these incredible, very impressive speakers and women who have such incredible stories.
I love being able to share our journey together on this summit, leading up to it, and and during that whole event and connecting with our speakers, with our attendees. So for the attendees, you may have received an email to join the circle community. So do make sure you join the circle, introduce yourself there. It was, I think, in most of the emails that we sent out. I'm sorry we sent out so many emails, but there has been trouble with our emails ending up in spam. So sometimes we may send few emails. So please bear with us and excuse us as we try to battle with some of the technical issues and make sure that everyone receives relevant information. Following the showcase event, we will send you an email to let you know how you can be part of it. There will be speaker opportunities for those of you who are interested. There will be speaking opportunities opening up later on in the year. So we're big on events. We do live events, in-person events, virtual events. We also have a speakers training academy. So if you're one of the people who are looking to actually train and become a speaker, speak on stage, and you want to make sure that you have the skills and you build your visibility and all the assets as a speaker, we have a speaker academy that will be launching. Well, it's launched already, but you may not find it yet on our website because we have privately launched it to our email list. But there are so many opportunities to be part of this community. So I hope to see you at the final event in March. March is our Women History Month. Next month we also have, next Friday, we are releasing the Women Thrive magazine. So every first Friday of every month we release a magazine, and this month's edition is a very special edition celebrating Women's History Month and International Women's Day. And throughout the whole next month, if you follow us across social media channels, you'll find interviews with our speakers. You'll find some of their articles, some of their stories to get to know them. And I see you all sharing in the chat your social media handles. Please do so. We'd love for you all to connect and make sure you are staying connected. But yeah, any last parting thoughts with that from anybody else?
I want to thank you again, Raimonda. I'm sorry, I overspoke. Go ahead, Debbie, you were about to say something. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Deborah. We'll go Carolina next.
Oh, I just wanted to thank you. You know how much I appreciate you, Raimonda. You are amazing. I feel so honored to be a part of this Women's Thrive Summit. You have given me a voice that I didn't have before. So thank you so much for that. I truly appreciate it. And it just makes me feel good to be able to share my journey and to help someone else through their journey. So thank you for the women here today. Were so phenomenal. I can't tell you enough. Like sometimes people have imposter syndrome. Not these ladies. These ladies were on it today. And I am just so thankful that I get to be a part of all the things that you're doing and all the things you're going to do in the future. Thank you.
Oh, Deborah, I loved connecting with you. I remember the first time we connected. Actually, Deborah was meant to speak at our first international expansion event, which was meant to be in Atlanta in 2020. And you interviewed for that. And we were talking about how you could speak at this event. And actually the event never happened because of COVID, because we were literally a few weeks away before this event was meant to happen. And then we switched it to a virtual event, which is how the Women Thrive Summit became to exist. We had 34 speakers and Deborah was one of our first summit speakers virtually. And I just love your story, your energy, your commitments. So I'm glad to have you back this year again.
Thank you.
Carolina, over to you. Well done, Carolina. Can I just say well done and congratulations. I know today has been a very, very, very big day for you.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you. Thanks to you, right? Because this is a huge opportunity. And it's something that it really means to me personally, because it's my personal story. And like sharing with all these ladies and getting to know each other in a really genuine level, that it's what I truly love, getting to know people really, right? I don't know, it's the most beautiful way to connect. And I'm very honored and I'm very, very blessed and thankful for this.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I know how much this means to you. Ladies have commented to say, you know, your stories are really inspiring. I get tears. I don't know, I think I must have got teary about a million times today. But I'm just proud of your journey. We connected this time last year, a few weeks before the summit. As you heard my live, as I was sharing my story for the first time, how I went through some emotional trauma in my 20s. And we connected over that. And this is how your story can inspire someone else and make that deeper connection. So especially if you're looking to show up on social media or connect with the audience, sharing your personal story will connect with the right people, because it shows, like what you experienced today, that you're not alone. And I didn't know I wasn't alone. I just simply shared my story of losing my voice. And Carolina reached out to me to say, oh my God, I am experiencing this very same thing. And I didn't know there was somebody else in this world who's had this or similar or anything similar. And through the summit, you've connected with another lady. So it's just phenomenal what us sharing our stories can do. I'm very proud of you growing through this process. You've been a member of ours for a year, and every time you just keep coming back stronger and stronger. And, yeah.
And I really enjoy also every week's meetings. I don't know, it's just a new way of connecting.
Oh, thank you. Alexandra, well done. This is a very exciting and big day for you as well. And I'm so proud of how you shared your story today as well.
Oh, thank you so much, Ray. This has been amazing, and my cup is so full today after all of this. Like I said in the beginning, just coming together with women, and women are just naturally so nurturing, and so being around women is uplifting and empowering. And I thought I would be nervous, and I wasn't, because you all were just so incredible, and staring at all your beautiful, calm, nurturing faces was, yeah, just great. And it was such a beautiful experience, and I loved hearing everyone's stories. And I feel like just more than ever, when the world is, you know, chaotic, just us being able to shine our little beams of light everywhere is magical. So thank you so much, Ray, for, I know how much work you have put into this, and all the hours and all the time and the energy, and just know that we appreciate you so much. You're amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. I love you all speakers, and you know, we're here to make an impact on our attendees. So actually hearing from the attendees and how inspired they are is the reason why we do this. It's the reason why, you know, work many hours tirelessly to create this impact, bring our speakers to you, curate the event, and make sure that we leave, you know, a difference, even a little grain of difference. If your life was transformed even a tiny bit as a result of today, we're so grateful. Nikki, thank you so much for your participation today.
Thanks for having me. It's really wonderful to listen to all of you just at the conclusion and hear from people. I had the pleasure in the breakout room of speaking to two ladies who were here just to listen and to hear what they've got from it and the inspiration and their stories. There's like, wow, you know, there's it feels like a time more than ever when it's important to come together, as so many of you have said and indicated, and help each other rise and learn a new way to be, learn who we need to be and how we need to be and where and what we need to be for the world as it is now and the world as it is unfolding for all of us. But it's a real, I'm honored, and I'm very grateful. And Raymonda, your words can't express the esteem I hold you in, and for all the work you do at making these things happen. So thank you very much to you and to everybody else, and to Claudia for so wonderfully hosting today, co-hosting today. Thank you,
Yeah,
everybody.
thank you, Nikki. You done amazing. I love your story. Can't wait for your talk. I appreciate your very kind words. And Claudia, I just want to say thank you. You have been an amazing co-host and support throughout. All of you for being here. Your voices matter, your stories matter, your input matter. I love hearing from you attendees. In the future, if you do attend our events, please do make sure you come on camera, you unmute yourself. If you want to share anything now, please feel free to unmute your microphone, even if you are not on camera. More than welcome to share something. We'll be closing out in a moment. If you have any questions, let us know. If you want to leave your Instagram handle or Facebook handle in the chat, feel free to do that. Ladies, I appreciate you all for having a moment of silence at the beginning, for talking, speaking on today's showcase, pouring your hearts out, putting your stories, being vulnerable. And I know that everything we shared today has impacted someone. Your story has touched someone. It helped someone in one way or the other. And that to me is worthwhile, because when I receive phone calls from women, or I receive messages after at the end of the day to say this has impacted me, or because of you I haven't given up, because of you I keep going and I keep believing, that is everything. And in everything you're doing, you're also unique, you're also beautiful in what you do. I just want to encourage you, all of you, to keep pursuing your goals. Keep pursuing your vision. Keep showing up, even when you think it doesn't matter. Keep doing it. Even when you don't have support, even when there is no one cheering you on, and you believe that it doesn't matter, because believe me, it does. It truly does. The more you show up, the more impact you make, because you are unique. Your story is unique. Your gifts, what you bring to this table in this world, are important. Believe me, it doesn't matter how many people you have in your circle cheering you on. It doesn't matter how many followers you have, because your gifts, if you believe in yourself, if you believe that you have a value to bring, you will make a difference. I promise you. And I encourage you all to please keep showing up. Commit to yourself. Commit to your transformation. Commit your time, your energy, to resources, to the vision, to the woman you want to become, like Alexandra said, to the woman you want to step into her shoes. Hold that vision so close to your heart, so strongly, and keep pursuing it. And today you've heard various topics, various things that can help you get there, or open your mind, open your heart to different transformation, to different tools, stories, and things that we are continuously work in progress. I am continuously work in progress. You are we're all continuously work in progress. And at every next level of success, every next level of growth, new things will come up, new things you will learn on this journey. And as you do, you need that support. You need to open your mind to it. And we are here cheering you on, supporting you, holding the safe space for all of you to be here. And I want to say thank you. Enjoy your weekend, ladies. Appreciate your time, your energy, your commitment, your participation, and all for being here. I celebrate you all. Thank you.
Lovely weekend, everybody.
Have a lovely weekend. Take care. We'll see you at the summit, and we'll see you throughout next month for the Women History Month, International Women's Day, celebrating you all, holding safe space, and have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll be closing out now. Thank you. Bye for now.